Good morning, everyone. Welcome back from the Memorial Day weekend. Hope you are all well. It was good to see Elizabeth on, Friday? Yeah, Friday, to send the seniors off. Hope the rest of you had a good weekend. Today we're looking at exercise 6, which is on page 91. Here it is. This is going to be a kind of review of deponent verbs. They show up in this chapter, and good to check in on these once in a while. Excuse me, this will be deponent verbs in perfect tense, okay? So you see you have some hints over here on the right. So these will be in simple, direct, like sort of statements, and these will be used in indirect statements. Note the accusatives and the infinitive form here. So let's just take a look at a review of deponents here. Again, deponent verbs look passive but behave actively. Typically they have 3 principal parts instead of 4, like regular verbs. The first one is first person singular, present tense, comitor. Number 2 is the infinitive, comitari. And third is the first person singular perfect tense, comitatus sum. And that'll be sort of the focus for this exercise. And here are all the deponents that are used in this exercise. So comitor, comitari, comitatus sum, to accompany. Verior, vereri, veritus sum, to fear. Osculor, osculari, osculatus sum, to kiss. And etc. going down. Arbitror, conor, mentior, loquor, fateor, fateri, fasus sum, to confess. I think hopefully you'll recognize, or you should somewhat recognize these. I think we had them back in the chapter when Matus and Lydia were on the boat. So let's see how they work in perfect tense, which again is the focus for this exercise. Exercise 6 on page 91, once again. As I say, exercise 6 requires you to fill in correct deponent perfect tense forms. So a quick review of perfect tense for deponents. Really, they look just like perfect passive verbs, but they have active translations. So comitatus sum, we start with that third principal part. Comitatus sum, I accompanied, I did accompany. Comitatus es, you accompanied. Comitatus est, he accompanied. Notice he because of us. I'll show you in another page in a second that these also could, of course, be feminine forms or neuter forms as well, but we're using masculines as an example now. So comitatus est, he accompanied. Then we go to comitati, us becomes e. Comitati sumus, we accompanied. Comitati estis, you all accompanied. And comitati sunt, they accompanied. Again, all masculine forms. They could just as easily be feminine, as I just said, comitata sum. For example, Amelia could say, comitata sum Juliam ad ludum. I accompanied Julia to school. And that would be, used for a feminine speaker there. And so these are all, they're all feminine there. And, typically you're not going to have a neuter subject. You don't have a neuter thing accompanying something or fearing something, obviously. So for the most part, they'll be masculine and feminine. And here they are in context of exercise 6, again, which is on page 91. And so I've given you 2 here. And I'm going to ask you to translate the odd ones this time. So 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, 11. And just to remind you of that, I translated the first one here for you. Number 1, excuse me. Yesterday, Matus accompanied. Matus is masculine, so must be the deponent form over here. Yesterday, Matus accompanied Marcus to school. And there it is. And then tabularius, number 2 here, tabularius canem janitoris veritus est. Veritus est, going back again here, verior, vereri, veritus sum, to fear. So the courier feared the doorman's dog, the doorkeeper's dog. But again, you only have to translate the odd ones, okay? Now, why this stuff over here? This is when you have an indirect statement. For example, Quintus confesses something here, and you'll notice the essay here. So if it's not a direct statement or just a statement of fact, in which you would use these things, and if it's instead an indirect statement, which surely we've seen many times by now, you'll use these forms, accusative and the infinitive form of those deponent verbs. So, for example, instead of comitatus est, you would see comitatum esse in an indirect statement. You'll have to find them. Let me know if you have any questions. Let me know if you can't figure them out. And do refer to this video when you're doing the exercise, okay? I will see you Wednesday, or I will send you a video on Wednesday. Okay, take care.